In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a quick and easy single bed cast-on. For this cast-on, no additional tools are required, just the machine, yarn, and you. This is a closed cast-on. A closed cast-on creates stitches that will not unravel from the cast-on edge. It is quite handy when starting the knitting with waste yarn, and I like to think of it as very utilitarian. This cast-on requires no electronics, so it is suitable for the Passap E6000 with the console turned off, the DM80, the green machine, and the DM5, commonly known as the pinkie. As we progress through the demonstration, all settings that I use on my E6000 will be shared. Just remember, each machine knits slightly differently when it comes to tensions and stitch sizes, so you will need to make minor tweaks for your machine, but at least you have some guidelines. On the front bed only, push 30 needles into work position. This is the width of the orange ruler. The tooth side is set up to be the every other needle selector or pusher selector. With the selector, take every other needle out of work. Put the right edge spring over the last needle in work on the right. All pushers are in the rail. Set locks to GX on the back bed and N on the front bed. Set stitch size to 1 on the front bed. Insert the black strippers in the locks.
I'm going to slowly knit across.
With the orange ruler, push the needles that were taken out of work into the work position. On the left, place the edge spring onto the last needle. It is important that the last needle on this side is empty. If not, bring one more needle into work and put the edge spring onto that needle. Set stitch size to 5 on the front bed. Knit one row from left to right carefully. This means slowly. Increase the stitch size to 5.5 or desired size. With the 2 strands of 224, my machine likes somewhere around 5.5 to about 6.25.
And I'm going to knit 2 rows slowly. Okay, now I'm going to continue to knit about 20 rows. And that is a very easy cast-on, which you don't need any additional tools. Now that's a cast-on for the stockinette stitch.
Take the knitting off the machine. Look at the cast-on row. If you pull the yarn tail, it will draw up all the stitches along the edge.
See how the stitches are closed around that loop? That comes in handy. That loop that you can pull up, it'll bunch it all up. So you could do the top of a cap if you wanted to with that end.
For swatches, I like to draw the edge up slightly so that the knitting is firm and straight. Then I take a few stitches at the corner with the yarn tail so that it does not sag and come undone, especially when the swatch will be washed and blocked in preparation for measuring gauge. Block, label, and add the swatch to your sample book. If you had issues with the knitting coming off the first few rows, check the strippers to make sure they're not rough or snagging the yarn or the knitting. Another culprit may be the stitch size. You may need to make an adjustment here. Also, be aware that some yarns may behave poorly with this cast-on, but often they can be coaxed into submission by working carefully across the rows. Then again, there are other cast-on variations which we will explore in future videos. Please let me know in the comments if you would like to see more videos like this, or you have a special question or request. And lastly, please take a moment to subscribe and ring the bell to receive notifications of upcoming videos and events. Happy machine knitting!